Thank you for joining me. We're going to start something a little different, but we're going to get back to what we were talking about. This is an ongoing training that will teach people how to take a blank slate and trade and succeed. And that's the good thing. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to open my screen share so you can see what I'm talking about. And there we are. The trade I work with is New Zealand USD. So it's NZDUSD. And it's with Forex.com is the broker that I'm actually working with. Now keep in mind, many people will start with $100 or so. And that's a possibility. You're going to see people walking by, don't worry, they're heading out. But I will make sure people know, certain distraction, we keep going. That's all about trading as well. To trade with all distractions, without indicators. Because with my health issues of forgetting everything every night I sleep and waking up with a blank slate, so to speak, relearning everything, including the indicators, makes it kind of difficult and stressful. So to keep out of that stress, I do what is called a naked chart. This chart has only the entry price, which is there, and with New Zealand USD, the entry price is 0.68310. My stop loss is here, and it's at 0.62310, and my take profit is here, which is at 0.74310. Price right now for this is currently at 0.65127. People would be freaking because it is currently at a negative $30.03 to 2 cents, fluctuating there. Don't worry, it's fine, and I'll show you why it's fine. My stop loss is at a 6,000 pip, and to show you that, I'll go down to the 4 hour so you can see it. And it is at 6,000 pips, or a negative $60. It's a negative because it's a stop loss. It's not going to go below the $60. And my take profit is also at 6,000 pips, or $60 profit. The reason it is only $60 is because it's a 0.01 lot size, keeping the risk and the margin level at a certain 1-to-1 ratio. So I will only lose $60 if it hits my stop loss. I don't see that happening, and I'll show you why in a moment. But with a balance of over close to $900, I have a long ways to go before my stop loss is hit. And that's why when you keep your lot size at 0.01, you keep your risk profit ratio a 1-to-1. Now, I know many people have said, well, why don't you go into the smaller chart sizes, time charts? Well, here's why. In a minute, what do you see here? Not much, in my opinion. So you might have the first couple of sentences of a story, not the whole picture at all. Then you go into a 5-minute, you might have the first paragraph of that story. But where is it going? Can you see what's happening? I can't. I can't tell you what's going on. And without any indicators or any support or trend lines or any of those, good luck finding where your trade's going, right? Going into a 15-minute, you might have the first page of that story, and it's got your interest, but it's not doing much. And you still haven't been able to see, at least I can't see, where this trade's going to go. That's one reason I don't go into lower time charts. A 30-minute, you can see a little more. And please, if you are comfortable in a 30-minute or less time chart, because you go in and out of your trades quickly, by all means, do what you're comfortable with. If you're not and you've been losing too much, you might want to try the higher time charts to give you more of a clearer picture of exactly what you need to do and when you need to do it. Going into the hour time chart, yes, you can trade here. But once again, how much can you do? Can you see where things are? Because it only goes back to July of 2018. It's not much long past to get the full clear picture of this trade. The 4 hour, yes, we can trade here, no problem, to a degree, because you still do not have what this trade's trend is, exactly what it's doing, and you cannot really take a guesstimate, because that's all it can really be, of where this trade is going to go. And you go back to November of 2017, which is a little under a year. It's just not my comfort zone. So I go into the daytime chart, and here I can see what this trade has done since January of 2014, over 4 years. So I'm not going to say, hey, you know what? Why wouldn't I want to be here, right? I can see how the trend is going with this trade, because when you trade right, but you look left. And you can always see what the trade is going to do by its previous, because it continually repeats itself. It hits the support and goes up. It hits the support and goes up. Or in this case, it bounced below the support and went down a little bit further. And that was in 2015. Currently, this trade is definitely in the time frame. So if you look left, you can see the pattern that it had previously. And you can see that it hits and then goes up, and it hits, comes down 2, 3 times and goes back up. Then it comes down and hits, tests that support, and goes back up. See, so I do know the name of the trend lines, and I do know support, and I do know how to do it. They're not on the chart because it's easier for me to see the clearer picture of this trade. And there you go. So currently, we are at a negative $32.33. And why am I not panicked? Because looking left to trade right, and this is where it's at right here in this place. So it's going to be turning up, or nope, it's not there, because you see how the patterns go. So it'd be right here. The next move is to turn and go up. Once it hits this support that it just created a minimum of 3 times, then it's going to turn around and go back up. I can see this going as low as, I would say, a negative 35 to 3600 pips. I'm not worried. And you can see why. Now, if it does hit down to where it did here, back in September of 2015. If that happens, I just adjust my stop loss as well as my take profit to keep the 1-to-1 ratio. But I adjust it because of my balance. It is definitely good. Now, I would not advise anyone to use their rent or food to trade. Once you trade, you stay in that position. That is for trading only. Now, you can use your bonuses or your pay from the trade to pay rent or your mortgage or to buy groceries with. That's allowed because you withdraw a certain amount and you pay yourself. That's how people survive, and that's how people succeed. Every month, they pay themselves a certain percentage that they can use from a trade of a certain broker, because there's more than one, and many people have more than one that they work with to take care of their bills. Why not, right? You got to pay yourself because you are in charge of what you do. So, knowing that this is going to be changing, and we're pretty close and pretty good on where we're sitting, I'm going to stop my screen share and see if there are any questions that need to be asked. And we're going to have some quiet, and it happens, but no worries.
Oh. Great. That really helped explain a lot, Kat. Thank you. I did have a question. Now, you did say you didn't put your trend lines in.
Right.
But you knew what they were. And so were you using for your trend lines, like, actually, no, you wouldn't have been, the stop loss to take profit?
Those are not my trend lines.
Okay.
Looking at the chart and looking at the trade for over 4 years, because I studied this specific trade for the last 6 months. I have just the one trade in this account. And keeping it just the one, I've been able to pay close attention where I can set my information, set my stop loss, my take profit, and entry price, and not have to worry about it for 8 to 12 hours while I sleep. That way, I don't have to worry about it stomping out. Because of this, the amount of the margin is so high. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. The margin level is so high. It's at 4233.15%. I'd like to keep my margin level 500 or above. Most people will keep their above 100 because the brokers will literally shut your account down if you go below that. So in my comfort zone, because that's exactly what this is, 500 or above is where my least amount of my margin level. I'd like to keep my margin level specifically continually between 2,500 or above. So I don't have to worry and I can actually get the rest or have a life and do what I need to do. Did that answer your question?
Yes, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. And thank you for joining me. And we're going to go once, going twice, and gone. And thank you for joining me, and you have a great day.